their kids from bullies.
Here with advice is Dr. Ellen Broughton, Director of the Learning and Emotional Assessment Program at Mass General for Children. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, there has been so much awareness about bullying and its impact on kids. You would like to think that maybe the situation has improved in recent years, but is bullying still a big problem at most schools?
It is a big problem, and it's just a big problem in childhood. It is not anything new. There have been bullies throughout the history of childhood, so it is something to watch out for. I think today, though, there's a little more space to have bullying happen that we're not aware of as adults, and that includes cyberbullying and the sort of bullying that can go on behind the scenes. So it gets a little bit more complicated these days than it has in the past.
Absolutely. No one wants to see their kids struggle, but if parents decide to step in, how to do it and not make it worse?
Well, one of the things you want to look for is if it's conflict versus bullying. So every child is going to go through different conflicts. So as a parent, if it's something where two children are having a difficulty and they need to learn how to resolve that, that's different than bullying, where there's a real power differentiation and someone is a victim because someone else is more powerful, they're bigger, they're older, they have more social status. So if that's happening, one of the things you want to look for as a parent are the two biggest signs that kids will display when they're being bullied. One is that they don't like to go to school, and the other is that they typically have kinds of complaints, physical complaints, stomach aches, headaches, especially as it relates to school. So those are the things you want to watch out for.
Of course, the bullies, they have parents too. What's your advice for those parents?
So oftentimes bullies are often bullied themselves. So you want to watch out for that as well. So if you are a parent and some other parent has said to you, my child is being bullied, and that's one of the things you can do as a parent. You asked before, what are the sorts of things we can do? One of the things we can do is to talk to our schools and also talk to other parents, but we don't want to do it in a way that we're overreacting. If you're the kind of parent that someone has said, your child is really harassing my child at school every day, you want to listen to that. It's really difficult as a parent when you are the parent of a bully. And in that case, what you want to do is seek help from the teacher, talk to another professional perhaps, and get some ideas on how to help your child manage their own skills, their own problem-solving skills. Oftentimes it's a child who doesn't feel very secure, even though it looks the opposite.
Briefly, can we ask you, what can you say to your child who may be getting bullied? It's easy to say, don't worry, it'll pass, it won't mean anything years from now, but what do you say to them in the moment? It's hard for them to understand that.
Practice with them some phrases that they can say. Things like, okay, it doesn't matter to me. Tell them that they can walk away when they're being bullied. If your child sees someone else being bullied, have them stick up for that child as well. So practice with them some few phrases. Practice with them how to walk away when someone is being mean to them. Those are the two best things to do. Act like they don't care and walk away.